In the book of Acts in the Bible, we can read the story of a man named Saul. Saul was also known as Paul. When he was a young man, Saul was sent to Jerusalem to study with the famous Rabbi Gamaliel. Like many of the religious leaders at the time, Saul believed that he was closer to God because of how closely he followed God's rules. He carefully studied God's law. He prayed 3 times a day.
Dear God, thank you for helping me follow your law.
Like other religious leaders in Jerusalem, Saul was caught off guard by Jesus. Saul and the other leaders were very upset that Jesus claimed to be God's son. Jesus had died on the cross, but his followers said that he had returned to life and that they had actually seen him alive. Against all odds, the numbers of Jesus' followers began to grow. The religious leaders did everything they could to squash out the movement. They even arrested a leader named Stephen. Saul stood and held coats of the men who threw stones at Stephen until they killed him. Saul became known for hunting down people who believed in Jesus. When he discovered some Jews in the city of Damascus were following Jesus, he went to the high priest, Parris. Saul asked Parris for letters to the synagogues in Damascus to give him permission to arrest the believers and take them back to Jerusalem. Saul traveled with a group of men to arrest the believers they found. After days on the road, they were close to Damascus. As they neared the city, suddenly a light from heaven flashed around Saul. He fell to the ground. Saul heard a voice from heaven speak to him. Listen to what the voice said. Saul, Saul, why are you opposing me? Who are you, Lord? Saul asked. I am Jesus, he replied. I am the one you are opposing. Now get up and go to the city. There you will be told what you must do. The men traveling with Saul stood there, amazed. They couldn't even speak. Saul got up, and he couldn't see. The other men led Saul by the hand into Damascus. Saul stayed there at the home of a man named Judas on Straight Street. For 3 days, Saul was blind. He didn't eat or drink.
Bread, water.
Saul thought that he knew the truth, but when he came face to face with Jesus, a man he knew was dead, and he discovered that Jesus was very much alive. Even though Saul couldn't see, it was like he actually saw everything about Jesus in a whole new way. Here's why. Knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything.